5. Okay. Looks like everything's all good. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit. Where's my roll of crackers? I know that I had one. It probably is terrible for me to have like a roll of crackers next to me while I'm trying to read, but whatever, I want one right now. Cause I like crackers. I'll put them over here. Hello, Ian. Hello. Extra ASMR time, right? I'll make sure to tag this as social eating. Vane, hello! There, people are coming in already. I don't have to worry about thing, maybe. Where's... Yeah, okay. You don't have to worry about those links right now. Selkie, you too? Hello! You're here early. I don't know. I guess I don't really realize if you're here early or not. You just kind of come in, and I'm like, yes! Are Ian and I people, aren't you? I would assume so. I guess I don't know for sure. I don't even know if I'm people. Sucky is a person, so I guess you're off the hook. Look, I don't know. What is languish? Language? Oh my god. That's how you know this is gonna be a good stream. Okay. Allegedly? Oh, okay. I'll load. At least get us to this page with this big buff. Mans. You paused Guardians for this? What do you mean by Guardians? That's one hell of a thumbnail. Well... Vucky. That's just the player character. It is what it is. As I got closer, I felt his eyes weigh on me. His stare was piercing. It made me feel reckless to approach him. Greetings, sir. I am Alan's assistant. I'm to take care of you. I'm to take you to him. Okay. The Guardians of the Galaxy game. Okay. Which has been surprisingly great. All right. That's cool, I guess. I just don't touch comic book adaptations anymore. I just can't do it. But as long as like they're good, that's cool. In my nervousness, I had forgotten about the ring on my finger, but his eyes were drawn to it, even though it laid inconspicuously at the hand on my side. Okay. He looked at the men behind him. A quick glance and turn of his head had told them to follow, and then he spoke to me. Oh, how loud is the music? That seems fine. It's just really loud in my ear. So I will turn down my audio. Well, like my headphone audio. You've been playing Final Fantasy 13, Ian, why? I paused a different furry VN reading for this furry VN reading. All the talk of it made me want to actually finish the game. Oh no. Lead the way. He gave a curt nod towards Alan's shop, and as he said it, does he know the way, or was it just a lucky guess? We walked. Oh, this man's he's cool. A little cuter, you know. He's not big. You've skipped every cutscene. That makes so much sense. Oh my god. The combat is kind of fun, though. Is it, though? Is it? Maybe I'm just a boomer, and I'm just like, Final Fantasy VI was the peak of combat in that franchise. There was a younger one among them, following at his commander's side, half a step lagging. There were both black leopards, and the air about them seemed to suggest they were family. Not as hot, but cute, right? Right? He's definitely the cute one. Chase, hello, welcome. Oh my god, a baby cat. Yeah, we got a big muscly cat and a babby cat. I'm a zoomer when it comes to Final Fantasy. I guess most people would be now, wouldn't they? Like, I feel like most people today started with like 13 or forward. It's kind of weird. You're an eternal boomer, Josh. Don't kid yourself. I really am, though. Last week, when I got super excited to watch Macross Plus in theaters, I had told my friend, like, man, we're boomers. Like, we're gonna be, like, one of 5 people. Like, we're gonna be 2 of, like, 5 people in this theater being excited to watch Macross. Like, it's definitely a thing. A wild eclipse appeared! Oh my god! Eclipse, hello! The metal of their boots, mail and overlapping plates, clanked and jangled with each step along the way. It was heavy, serious sound which spoke of battle readiness. Final Fantasy X was my first. The only one I've ever finished was 15. It was, something. I feel like that's my reaction to most of the newer Final Fantasies, is like, there's something. I like parts and I hate a lot of it, but there's parts that are cool. I think we got 2 simps so far. Oh, 1 for each purple cat. Do those count? Do those count? I don't know. I just said the young one was cute. That's not like simping, right? I'm just complimenting the character design. I'd seen their kind back home. A group of them, at least 100, had marched through the streets in a parade. Josh, my friend, says hi. Oh, that's sweet. Well, hi back. Hope you all are having a good evening, morning, afternoon, midnight? I don't know. They always wore their armor, the thing which glittered so strongly in any lighting. Even now, as dusk settled, their sheen drew eyes from all around us. We walked about 200 paces from wharf to Alan's shop. Holy, being a dodge roll in 15 is amazing. Josh, don't even. No, I don't like the combat in 15, like, at all. I'm like, please go back to turn-based. Like, please, for the love of God. Like, Either that or give us back fantasy races. Like, I feel like all the mainline ones have been like, for a while, have just been like, here's your group of humans that are wearing like all like designer belts and shit. And I'm like, I miss the Yoshitaka Amano days. Good game choice. Thank you. I cannot pronounce your username. I feel like I would embarrass myself to try. I'm sorry. I already have to try to pronounce names in this game, and that's hard for me. As we entered, Alan rose to his feet. I was worried he would still be napping at this hour.
Oh, hello. Welcome, Sir Marshal. Alan.
All of us huddled inside and waited. The commander slowly paced around the room, scanning it. Silence gathered, perturbed only by the steps that carried him through the inspection. There was no mistaking the weight of his presence.
You prepared for us. Good. I understand, you're in a hurry. Quite. My men will be here soon with the items.
Amano was like, is anyone gonna throw random spikes on this armor and not wait for a response? Man, but his designs were so sleek but ethereal. Like, I kind of love it. Also, they want to say they have great aim in kicking football. Oh, it's that person? When kicking football, just not when I'm around. Right? I started another playthrough of Minotaur Hotel again yesterday, and you're gonna struggle. Well, the first 10 paragraphs is full of big words. I already know. I recorded a few episodes of Minotaur Hotel already. I think they come out... When does, give me a moment. Part 1 for Minotaur Hotel is... the 23rd. So on the 23rd, you'll be able to see me embarrass myself trying to read Minotaur Hotel. It'll be great. The marshal's booming voice radiated absolute control. At times, he would strongly inflect on a word or phrase, and I could tell it rattled through me. He turned suddenly and issued orders to the younger one beside him.
Secure the area. Check every room. Set guards. 2 men at the entrance and two at the back exit.
The young watchman nodded and quickly set out to... That does say quickly, okay. Set out to carry out his orders. Darian! What are you doing here? And you're still doing the hellos, I see. RNG poems, like something like expected from the Minotaur Hotel stuff. You don't have to wait till the 23rd to embarrass yourself, Bucky. Don't call me out like that. It's true, but like we're gonna be doing that tonight. I know.
Sir Marshal, I remind you that I'll need space for your men to work. Of course. After they clear your establishment, they will be posted outside. You will not be disturbed.
So many men to guard their cargo. Were they afraid we would steal from them or play some trick? Doubts seized me. There was gravity in the marshal's commands, which I chalked up to a display of authority. But perhaps there is something deeper there. I looked at Alan. My face must have betrayed my misgivings. I figured I should just lean into it at this point. Oh my god. Darian speaking uwu for the rest of the stream. Oh my god. He glanced at me through narrow eyes, and gave a slight nod and wave of the hand, as if to tell me that all will be well, all will be fine. The men went about the shop, looking and tracing their hands across the walls and surfaces. What a strange thing to see. It's like they're all hoping to stumble upon a hidden ghost. I walked over to Alan so the others would not hear. What are they doing?
They're searching for magic.
Somehow his answer didn't seem any better than my ghost idea. They knew Alan is a Pervader. Do they think he cast some wicked spell? I guess they don't trust him enough. Maybe it's standard procedure? I wonder what it is they are doing exactly. These men were trained to fight against magic, so I don't doubt they know their duties well. My questions remain regardless. I'll ask Alan about it later. Did you just say, size queen? No. Fane, don't worry about that. Look, my word slip-ups, they don't exist. Nope. Josh is going to have trouble very soon. Oh no.
The building is, cleared, Sir Marshal. We will secure the perimeter.
The watchmen were led outside by the younger one. And just then, the first crates were rolled in. Alan instructed them to place everything along the wall.
How long do you expect to take? A quick check of every item should give me the preliminaries. Filter out the magical from the mundane. Going through everything, it should take us past midnight.
Anyone see Josh's amazing performance in the password? No, it's Ian. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna slit off his tongue like what? Look, sometimes it's a bad idea for me to record at like 4 a.m. And sometimes it's always a good idea to record at 4 a.m.
After that, if it is as you said in your letter, I can't say for sure. We'll have to see what we're dealing with. I see.
The marshal allowed himself to sigh.
We cannot stay here long. We will be departing by noon tomorrow, perhaps sooner. Do you want to do what you can until then? I shall wait outside.
He suddenly looked at me. I felt naked. Felt? You should be. His harsh eyes bespoke of something terrible and powerful. A soul unshakable, will with a purpose that cannot be subdued? Subdued, yes. We got there. He held his piercing gaze on me as he spoke to Alan.
Is he, staying here? Yes, Remus is my assistant. Is he a Pervader? No.
The marshal glanced back at Alan, then returned his eyes on me, studying me once more.
I would not bring a Pervader before you in a secret.
My heart is racing, but I cannot move. This man is thinking me a Pervader? I wanted to protest, but I knew it was foolish to say anything. The watch arranged terrible fates for the condemned Pervaders. They were locked up and tortured, tied down in a dark cage for vermin to eat out their soles of their feet. They were fed rotten or poisoned food, and lengths of skin were cut from their arms and legs. He left his... Ian, don't be sharing that around. It's fine. Yeah. It wasn't nearly that bad. It was just pretty bad. They would inflict lashings and rub anxious mixtures. Noxious? Noxious? Okay. Mixtures in the wounds to cause cruel and painful inflections. These were the dark whispers one would hear whenever an inquisitor stirred the locals. Bless him for trying, Selkie, not you too. Could I even prove I was not a pervader? Do they even care if you're innocent? What would I do? What have I gotten myself into? But then he looks away. Cruel inflections. Look, Renault, you should know by now. I can't speak the good. Josh hasn't simped yet. I am surprised. Look, Eclipse. I gotta keep it down sometimes so that you don't call me out on it, you know?
No, you, would not be wise to do so.
The marshal walks out into the dusk. I looked down and saw my trembling hands. My mind was swirling with disturbed images. Laughter and crying were wrestling in my throat, but neither let itself out. Alan's hand lay on my shoulder, a touch so gentle it barely registered. Well, okay.
You're fine.
Seeing this kind of confident smile, calm returned. That's all it took to bring me back.
Come, we need to get to work.
I start opening the crates while Alan pulled out a couple of chairs for us. The last crates came in, and then we were left to our own devices. We gotta bring up the boys to make him simp. And Josh, think of Leo. Think of Tyson. Selkie, you can't trick me. Think of E621. What? Is that a thing? I don't know. There'll be a switch in the story when that happens, but we got a little ways until a party is gathered together. Okay. He handed me a piece of parchment with ink bottle and quill. He started inspecting the items and dictated what I would write.
Talisman, triangular, russet and green, northern, mundane.
He would pick up an item, turn it over in his hand, feel its weight, and check every angle. Occasionally he would stare at something for longer and mutter to himself. I wish I could see what he sees.
Bone, skull, feline, female, erosion.
I've never seen Alan so concentrated before.
Waystar, enchanted.
No.
Niganti.
Sure. Oh, thanks. How do I write Niganti? Thank you, Remus. Thank you so much. Oh my god. We fucking got there. What's everyone yelling at me? Just wait for this week's password stream. Josh, why is Leo better than TJ? Leo is garbage. Eclipse! I won't fall for it. Hey, Josh, remember when Tyson picked his teeth with a knife? I do. Password video in part H, around 36 minutes in for the knife bit. Also, Jenna's route is way better than Leo's. Eclipse, don't do this to me. Not tonight. He took the parchment and quill from me, wrote it down, then handed them back. I had hoped I would manage to do this simple task for him, but I still failed. My confidence dwindled. These things I'm writing don't have much meaning to me. I should have worked harder on my exercises. Yet he gave me a reassuring smile.
You're doing great.
He pulled a large plate of metal from one of the boxes. It was rusted everywhere, but you could make out on the surface, a surface pattern, etching with circles and waves.
Armor, breastplate, Nigeti, pyramid order. Enchanted.
We went on for a while like this. So far, he had discovered about a dozen enchanted items. A smaller number still were described as Nigeti. Okay, I need to go to bed. Also, phone is dying. Have a fun stream up. Bye, Darian! It's a very embarrassing moment for him. It wasn't that embarrassing. Oh, Darian, I looked it up when he was, when we brought it up last week. Now I'll never forget. Even Flynn's route is better than Leo's. Eclipse. I was curious about its true significance, but now was not the time to ask questions.
Blade, short. Dagger.
Alan stares at it longer than any other item. He went on like that for nearly a minute. His eyes were searching for something, peering into it.
Dagger. Nigeti. Enchanted.
He turned it over in his hands some more. Alan seemed absorbed by this thing, like a taunting puzzle which would not relent. I decided to ask him, "What is it?"
I'm not sure. There is something. Something ancient and trapped. It's almost like that.
And he never finished the thought. The subsequent silence lingered indefinitely as he stared at it. All this time, most of my attention had gone to writing down Alan's words. I took a closer look at this thing, which seemed to perplex him. It was a dagger indeed, as old and rusted as everything else in these crates. It had an ornate handle, which made a guardless transition from hilt to blade. There were etchings on the grip and the flat of it. If they spelled something out in some strange language or were completely senseless, I wouldn't know. One thing stood out to me. As Alan turned it in his hands, candlelight reflected in the blade seemed to shift into a colder hue. It made it appear ghostly. You literally say, "I didn't want my friends to make fun of me," which is a statement that is so loaded. I refuse to analyze it for your sake. Well, at the time, I didn't know if, friends were gonna be watching those videos. Hopefully most of them aren't. And most of them found out that I was a gay furry because of this YouTube channel. That was a fun conversation. Of course, Alan saw further than my surface level observations, so I needn't bother him with what he already knew. There was another dagger in one of the other crates next to me. I reach out and pick it up. Alan quickly grabbed my arm. "Don't touch it!" The hurry with which he stopped me suggested there was risk involved in handling these blades, and I recalled what he said about wands. You, you never know if you'll accidentally trigger something dangerous. He then took the second dagger and considered it as he had the first. After a while, both blades were set aside on the counter.
I'll have to come back to these later.
We went through the rest of the items without a hitch. There were more daggers that looked similar to each other, but Alan glossed over them as if they weren't similar at all. He didn't recognize any enchantments in them. Were some of them forgeries? What keen insight did Alan possess that allowed him to see the value of these things? Did he use some kind of magical perception? Alan will have to clarify a lot of things for me. After the final crate was emptied and the final notes were scrawled down, I leaned back, stretching and yawned. It was very late.
Good work. Thank you, Remus.
Are we done?
You're done. Take the notes and put them in the archive drawers. In the back office.
Is there anything else I can do?
Yes. You need to rest up. I might need you in the morning. Go into the storage room and make a bed for yourself. Use some of these old furs lying around there.
Okay. Could I get you a tea or a coffee before I lay down? Alan sighed and rubbed his forehead with a hand.
Yes, some black tea would be lovely. Thank you, Remus.
I stood up and made my way into the back office to put the papers away. The ring Alan had given me was still on my finger, so I discarded it. And then I took some dried leaves from the herbal cabinet Alan kept for his teas. The kettle was out in the main hall next to the hearth. Stepping back into the main hall, I noticed Alan had gone outside, probably checking in with the marshal. All right, just boil the water and put in the leaves in. The day was almost done for me. Alan would have more to do, and this tea should help him push through it. I wanted this to end soon. The watchmen frustrated me. The sooner we can pack everything up and send them off, the better. What did they really want? What are they hoping to discover in these things? Alan had said there might be more to do than just checking for enchantments. He hasn't told me the extent of this particular job. So much commotion for what seemed like a pile of weathered nothing. Why? My curiosity taunts me. My head is spinning. I'm still rattled by the marshal's threat earlier. Stress is making me gloomy. There was more to this than what I was told. Should I care? It's probably not my place to know. Alan would have told me more if he thought I should know, or maybe he will tell me later. I trust him. He'll deal with this and we can put it behind us. So many of these things were labeled as Niganti.
Thank you for the tea, Remus.
I quickly rose to my feet. I was so lost in my head, I didn't hear them come in. They were both standing there, Alan and the marshal, kindly and austerity. Yes, there's my cell phone. Let's. Oh no, I need that note for later. Move this over here. Well, I can't Google that word yet. I have to write down this note first. There we go. Okay. What is this?
Austerity.
Austerity? Huh. Sternness or severity of manner or attitude. Extreme plainness and simplicity or of style or appearance. Conditions characterized by severity, sternness, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We got there. I know what the word is. Juliet is better than Leo. Changed my mind. Eclipse. Please understand. We're trying to keep the simp counter low this episode.
Go, rest up.
I nodded a bit too wildly and retreated towards the storage room. My steps were heavy in the relative silence, and I could feel their eyes fall on the back of my head as I left. Oh shit, there's like variants? Okay. As I step into the storage room, I breathe a sigh of relief and take in the new atmosphere. The chill air is doing wonders for me, easing my nerves. Although summer was ending, it still carried warmth and damp nights. Oh, hello, Liam! We can never keep the simp counter low with you, Josh. What? Look, we're only at like one this episode. I can keep it below 10, probably. I just have to not mention any of the guys. It's fine. I just have to not comment on any of the boys as they show up. See? Got there. You'll know when it's over. Just heads up. Huh. Is there a thing? Do I need to watch the volume? It seems good. Not in here, though. Perhaps I can convince Alan to let me sleep in this place instead of the camp. I'd miss Jonah, but he'll be leaving soon anyway. I made my way to the far corner, carefully maneuvering between the crates. Beyond the back door exit came the clink-clack sounds of heavy armor. 2 of the watchmen were standing guard. Tonight I would have my own guards, like a king sleeping in his kingly bedchamber. I allowed myself to think these silly things. It made it easier to calm myself down. Josh, I dare you to tell me how Leo is better, and I want a huge explanation. Not today, Eclipse. Not today. Yeah, I think one of the best things in this game is the backgrounds. Okay. Oh, Jesus, Fane, that's ominous. I wonder how rough Leo was with Flynn. Whenever they fooled around. They said they only fooled around once, right? It wasn't multiple times, I think. The stuff in the back made a cozy alcove, perfectly suited for bedding. The furs were gathered, folded on top of an old chest. I threw them over the floor in a man-sized pile. How big is a man-sized pile? Like, I need to know. Finally, I resigned myself to crash into it. I kick off my boots without a care for where they would end up. Somehow this feels more comfortable than a bed. I turned to look at the ceiling. Through the narrow window up on the wall came in the light of the night, a bluish ray that cut flatly across the room. The air is filled with something serene. Little stars of dust dance above me, performing for the moon and the darkness all things ancient around me. I sank into a feeling of safety. My eyes are closing. I don't think anything like what happens does again later on. It's very high-pitched. Oh, okay. Maybe we're going about this wrong. Josh, don't talk about Leo or Tice. Who's Leo and Tyson? I don't know if that's a real question or not. Leo is Josh's boyfriend, and Tyson is his ex. What? Oh no. I will drift away. A creaking noise, my eyes opened. The sound came from further in. Someone had stepped on one of the loose boards by the door, which led to the main hall. Without moving, I had taken my surroundings. The light of the moon is now shining down next to me. Time has passed. What about Sam and Nick, though? Well, you know, Nick is a good boy. Sometimes we're just really good friends, right? Right? Just really good friends. It could be Alan or one of the watchmen. However, these steps carried themselves with stalking finesse. Alan did not have that grace, and the watchman sounded of metal. I slowly lift my head to see what I can see. Whoa, these guys, people. Through the mess of the huddled junk around me, I spot them. Two people dressed in dark wrappings sneaking. It was too dark to recognize them, but I recognized they were dangerous. The breeze is warmer than before. I checked, and the back door is wide open, inviting the nightly summer heat. The watchmen were no longer there, or they had been silenced. I looked back, and the intruders were gone. They had stepped into the main hall. I stand up. Stand up, Remus! Stand up! Vanguard! I need to warn Alan, or the watch. Should I go back? Should I go out the back? No. What if there are more of them waiting outside? What if Alan is in danger? I stand up and scurry after the intruders. My barefoot steps wouldn't make much sound on the stone floor. Past the doorway is a narrow passage that leads into the main hall. You had to climb 3 wooden stairs to get there. This is where they had made their noise. Although they were sneaking, they didn't know where things creaked, but I did. Ascending the steps, I make sure to skip the noisy middle one. I heard them before I could see them. Either Alan isn't there, or he's... My head gently leans inside, risking a look. Their backs are turned and couldn't see me. Okay. Sir, what is this? What is... Oh, is this your tail? This is your tail. Okay. I was like, is this something like protruding from the hand? Yeah, okay. I'm just blind. That's a tail. Okay. We got there. We got there. Oh, frick. I missed most of the stream. Stuff is happening. Oh, that's alright. Arrow Ray? Arrow Ray. That's what the archive is for, you know. Look, Josh doesn't treat boys like real relationships. He treats them like a deck build. You're in the deck or not? Oh my god. Josh, if I don't get that explanation, I will tweet with a hashtag Josh thinks Julian is better than Leo. Let's get trending. No. Look, okay. Julian is just really ugly. There we go. He's the worst character in Echo because he's just really ugly. So by default, everyone else has to be better than Julian. Right? Right? That makes sense. That makes sense. You're not late, actually. A lot of chatting Not too far from where we started today. Right. I should probably pick up the pace, but isn't this what you all are here for? Eclipse, Julian redemption would get more tilt from people. Oh my god. I can't see the entire room from here, and I don't think Alan is around. No signs of struggle. Could he be upstairs? The door leading that way is across from me, but opening it is not an option. The hinges would make a loud, grating noise if I attempted that route. I mentally scold myself for not getting around to greasing them earlier. Julian redemption, no. Are you sure Julian is worse than TJ? It's a race to the bottom there. You know what, Renoa? You're right. But I do actually think Julian is worse than TJ. Because when I look at TJ, I'm like, that's fine, I guess. It's when he starts talking that I'm like, you need to be shoved into the floor. But Julian is like, he just walks into the room and I want to suplex him into a trash can, like, immediately. Julian looks like he's trying. In Echo. Who are you trying to impress there? That's sad. Fane, that's so good. Oh, what's wrong with TJ? What's wrong with TJ? What isn't wrong with TJ? You know what? I'm just not into that brand of Shota. That twink Shota look. Just not into it. And he's kind of whiny. Kind of just is what it is. Refocus on the intruders. They were speaking in hushed tones.
Found one. There's one more. Keep looking.
They are rummaging through the crates. Of course, thieves. This is what the watch feared. They were right to do so. What happened to the guards in the back? Should I have checked? What am I thinking? This is a danger situation. I need to find a way out. I thought to pick up a weapon, like a sword or club from storage, but I brushed off the idea as soon as it came. Josh, I will rip out all of your feathers. That would hurt. What? Eclipse, that's such a threat. Josh, can you even lift Julian? Probably not. I'm a weak boy. To be fair, I think even I could lift Julian. Whoever these people are, they probably dealt with the guards in the back. There's nothing I can do to stand up to them. If they're sneaking, it must mean the front is still being guarded. They must fear the watch. I have to alert them. There has to be something in here I could use. No time to elaborate plans. I pick up an iron candle holder, about as big as my hand, and as heavy as a rock. This should work. Sneaking my way back up, I notice they are still busy searching. Most of the items Alan and I had checked are no longer out in the open. He must have put them back into the crates. I look ahead towards the main entrance. The door was closed, but that works for me. The glass would be harder to strike if the door was open. It's about 20 feet away, leaning in through the doorway, and the angle is too uncomfortable for a good shot. I need to step into the hall before I can throw it. Is Echo worth ignoring the warning on its itch-tay page? Aro, it's, I wasn't bothered by anything in the game itself, but media typically doesn't bother me. So I guess, like, I would heed the warning in that, like, if you are actually a very sensitive person to media, maybe give it a pass. If you aren't and you're 18 plus, fucking give it a go. It's all good. But yeah, there can be sensitive subject matter and stuff. Why must I be the shield to keep TJ and June safe? There's nothing wrong with June though. I've never insulted June. I've insulted June. I'm sorry, but that's only because of he has a Keyblade T-shirt, and he's wrong for owning that. But besides that, June is fine. He's a cute lad. Would hug. TJ, I just don't. He's not for me. If I miss and only hit the wooden body or door frame, it might not make enough noise to alert the guards. I never finished Adastra, so I wouldn't be able to, like, compare them. Sorry about that. Does he fuck? Maybe I should read Dennis Hayes. It's certainly something, Faith. If Adastra is bad, Echo is worse. Okay. Yeah, I'd listen to Fane on that one, Arrow. Aro? Aro Ray? Something like that. Careful now. The noise they made rummaging through the crate masked my own approach. They were hasty. One step after the other, slowly, slowly. It was a good thing Alan made me put everything in storage. All that walking back and forth taught me how to navigate this. Excuse me. Back and forth taught me how to navigate this place carefully. I've insulted you. I'm sorry. Sulky, it's fine. Then, with the iron thing in my hand, I pull back my arm to angle the throw. After I throw it, I should duck back into the storage room, hide among the crates. They're probably going to run off the way they came in. I look to my left to plan my escape. What is this skinny? What? What's wrong with your back? Is your back stable enough to hold you up? This is Toothpick. You know, if this was caved in like this, you'd be a one-piece woman. But hey, I'm okay with that. Robin's pretty good. I like that. Like, Robin's cool. Best girl in One Piece, you know. That's not a debate. That's not a debatable statement. It's facts. And there I see the stranger. Also, best boy in One Piece is Jinbei. I will hear no criticism of him. He's great. He deserves to be a member of the Straw Hat crew. It is what it is. Josh, when I am done with you, you will make Toucan Sam from Fruit Loops look like a black and white. What? I said that June is fine. I like him. I just think Shuichi is cuter. It's fine. Oh, wait, what about the Queen Nami, though? Okay, so both are great. I would not get in the way of Nami stans. They're great. Like, Nami is great. Robin is great. Even Vivi is great. Like, the three girls in the Straw Hat crew, lovely. Love them. Like, it's all good. They're all queens. Josh, you are delusional. Well, we knew that already. If you want to threaten him with Toucan Sam, you gotta mention the hands. No. No. The hands are weird. They just are. And there I see the stranger. We both lay still, hanging on the tottering moment before things turn dire. Best boy Usopp? Look, Usopp's good. He's real cool, great even. I think I might like Sogeking more than Usopp, but it is what it is. But like, I gotta defend my boy Jinbei because like people just don't like him for some reason, and I'm like, no, he's great though. He has such a like noble soul. He's cute. It's great. My heart races. Last chance, Remus. Suddenly, I felt like I had a crushed from some great height. That I had crushed. Okay. My muscles strained. Something hit me and launched me halfway into the main hall. The world is upside down and blurry. My legs, arms, and back dragged against the wood splinters, cutting into somewhere above the elbow. And there I knew I had fallen into the hardwood floor. Josh is Sanji, and all the and all of the girls are Liu and Tyson. That's only somewhat true. Only somewhat Eclipse. There is another pain. Something inside of me is broken and twisted, and it scares me. But beyond all of that, I can hear the glass shatter. Wait. I'm... What is this word? Is this a word that I know? Ami? 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 What is... Wait. Okay, what is... Is this a real word? Definition. Yeah, what is this word? It's a name? Okay. Then I don't need to worry about it. Bastard!
What was that?
You missed one! Ami? Okay. We have to run. Go!
No, it has to be here.
As I hear them panic, I am coming out of my daze. I see them more clearly now. Their outlines have turned solid, but their masks are still concealing their faces. There are muttering noises outside, which convinces me I had done the right thing.
Are you mad? We need to go. No. Bring him here. We can use him as leverage.
We have one already. Please, let's just go.
Bring him.
I'm not sticking around in this cursed place. You're on your own. Mockery? Mockery? Mockery.
Damn you, witch. Come back here.
Josh, if you're not careful, you're going to wake up at 4:45 a.m. after falling asleep at 4:15 to find Toucan Sam in your bed, caressing your cheek and stomach with his human hands, whispering, "Finally." That's how you threaten him? What? What? Oh my god, Fane, what the fuck? You know, I really don't want that, though. Maybe if it was, like, I don't know, the Cookie Crisp Wolf, then yeah, let's go. Like, because he's the cutest cereal mascot, right? We can all agree with that. I began to move, although it was not my movement. My legs were being dragged across the floor as I was falling towards the intruders in the middle of the room. He grabs the back of my shirt and forces me to sit up. Then I felt something cold and sharp press against my neck.
Don't move. Keep them busy. We'll blast out of here once I have it.
Although I had to come out of my daze, my body lagged, unable to protest what was happening. My skin feels sensible, rough and rigid, and my muscles ached in a state of disturbing numbness. I didn't budge. I couldn't budge, and everything seemed 10 times heavier, harder, and rougher. My clothes appeared to be frozen, fixed in place, like rigid armor that had wrinkled into a fossil shape. Finally, the door burst open, and they barged in. Oh, that's a different angle than we saw from him last time. Okay. The young watchman from before came in with 4 of his companions. Alan pushed in after them.
Remus!
He says my name. I feel the iron tremble against my skin. My captor, reassuring himself, tightens his grip on my shoulder and nervously kneaded at it.
Stop!
There is dread hanging in the air and in my heart. I was helpless. Is this what it all comes down to? Would death find me here?
Surrender! Resist and you die.
The other one continued to rummage.
Stop that right now!
The 2 thieves were unsure of themselves. My captor tightened his grip again and shuffled in place.
What are you doing? Keep them all at bay. Last warning.
The watchman charged forward. Before they can advance even a step, my captor released me and leapt backwards. I hear a thundering noise behind me and see smoke invade my surroundings. My fossilized clothes loosened, melting back to normalcy. Although my body is still paralyzed, falling backwards, I sprawl helplessly on the ground. I use the only strength I can muster to tilt my head backwards to look towards the thieves. Gary, hello! Welcome! There is a large hole in the far wall now. He had made his escape.
Run!
The clanking of heavy boots assaulted my ears as they trampled alongside past me. I hear them yell something which sounded like hatred. But one of the thieves remained, still searching for his foolish prize.
I have it!
And he pulled it out, the puzzling dagger. His victory was short-lived, however. I saw the onset of fear in his eyes as one of the watchman's swords had nearly fallen upon him. Reflexively, he lifted a small blade to block the strike. They clashed, grinding the metal upon ancient metal, causing an upsetting vibration. Something horrible had been stirred, a rumbling that precluded disaster. The dagger shattered and exploded, shards flying in all directions. A hauntingly white light erupted from its core and bathed the entire room, blinding me. Everything became everything became an accident. That's the word. That's what this word is. The air and dust swirling and spreading, whistling, and pitching with pressure. There came a deafening ringing noise that turned into mounting clamor. How bad is that for you guys? I'll turn that down a bit, so it doesn't bother you all. There came a deafening ringing noise that turned into a thousand storms roaring and clashing on top of the other in a seemingly endless loop. Over and over again, ravaging waves surged and moved everything around us. The demon sound violated everyone's ears, a scream from hell that froze everyone in fear and pain. My strange feebleness prevented me from raising my hand to my ear to protect myself. As the sound wave washed over me, it attacked and sapped me of my mental faculties. I felt my mind bleeding, picked apart by a barrage of tiny noise-manifested needles. There was a stinging in my belly, as if I had been stabbed. My reflexes urged me to coil into something smaller, but there was no strength in me to do such a thing. The ringing sound was now fading away, along with all of the other signals of our reality. I heard and felt their metal bodies crushed to the floor. Neat. Okay. I'll just turn back up the audio now. Good, good. The ringing sound was now fading away along with all the other signs of reality. I already read that. Whoops. The last thing my ears picked up were a pair of muffled voices full of anguish. Remus! Jimsar? Jimsar. Okay.
Jimsar!
The light went away as well. The burning past my eyelids receded, and my world sank ever into the void. Someone was over me, touching me, tapping me, shaking me, but I didn't care. Care was falling away as well. Jismar? Okay. I'll try to remember that. A moment was gone. Only still darkness remained. Jimsar? Yeah? Well, now there are two answers here. Is Ian right or is Fane right? Ooh, that's the question. Then even the darkness faded. It is time to sleep. First, I heard a flicker and crackle. It sounded like it was close, somewhere above me. Then I heard another one further away. Lit torches. It's lit! The sounds echoed strongly. This must be a quiet place, if that's all my ears can pick up. I felt my awareness... I felt like my awareness had suddenly come into existence in perfect glory. It was my body that lagged behind once again. I had been somewhere in a new dream, already forgotten. Then I came back to the real world. My eyes were still closed, and I struggled to open them. Strength is returning, ever so slowly. What happened to me?
Remus!
I am waking up, and Remus is there to witness. He stood up and approached me, and the sounds of his steps striking more loudly as he came near.
Remus, are you awake?
He put his hand on my forehead and rubbed gently with his thumb. I am.
Oh, thank mercy.
I opened my eyes. Did they throw me in jail? Are you all yelling at each other? Good, good. Stop, you two, wink. Toucan Sam is a fursuit for you two, Ian. What? That sounds like such a threat. I'd let Jimsar suffocate me with his thighs. What? I got like 3 different versions of Amicus at my apartment. I am protected. Okay, Ian, okay. It is dark, but for the orange glow of the torches. Everywhere I look, there are walls of stone and bars of metal. This is a prison cell.
How are you feeling?
I'm tired. I tried to move my arms and push myself up, feeling my core ache as I did.
Take it easy. You've been injured. Not too badly, but you should be careful.
I looked down and saw my midsection was wrapped in bandages that area remained numb even as I regained my strength. I run my hand over my belly, feeling what had happened to me. How long was I out?
It's been almost a day.
It's his cute portrait. I turned to look at Alan. He looked tired, drained, and sad.
Are you in any pain?
No, just a little bit sore. There's numbness here. What happened? And I scratched over my bandages.
You were struck by metal shrapnel, that's the word, and something else. I think I got most of it out of you, but there may still be something in there to cause you discomfort. For now, let it heal.
Where are we? Alan sighed and leaned back to sit against the adjacent wall. For the first time in forever, I saw his clothes and fur dirty. He would always take good care of himself. Just the sight of Alan makes me feel safe. Right? Can they save you from Kato? Kato was the helmet guy, right? In Adastra? The mustache man. I has knives too, don't worry. Good to know you, Flossie. Is that the moment that I'll never live down?
The watch put us in jail.
Why?
It's all a misunderstanding. They should let us go soon.
His words came out dismissively. He could barely look me in the eyes as he said it. Look, Fane, it's fine. I don't even like Frozen. I didn't like the first movie, and I didn't watch the second one. What happened to the guards? Yeah.
You mean?
The guards. There were two of them at the back exit. The thieves came in that way.
Oh, I don't know about them.
What about the others? They were caught in that whatever it was, the blast. I could see concern and frustration in his eyes.
They were hurt. They were more fortunate, I think. You were more fortunate, I think.
Why are we in jail, Alan?
That's just how the world is. Who knows what the hell these tyrants want?
Alan sighs and rubs his eyes, subduing his ill temper.
Their men got hurt. I think they want to interrogate us and make sure what happened wasn't some kind of attack on our past, on our part.
The second one is better because Anna has a song where she goes emo. What? Okay. I almost don't believe you, Fane, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna watch that movie, so. But we're innocent. Those thieves are to blame, right?
Of course.
They used magic, at least one of them. I couldn't move.
Yes, they were Pervaders.
They were looking for the dagger. What happened there? That explosion. He stared at me, showing only worry. He didn't say anything for a while.
There was terrible magic in that thing. Powerful, terrible magic. Something I wished I would never see again. That was their goal. It was all about those daggers, I'm sure of it. Nagati spell was sealed within them. Those things are ancient. Their enchantments far more potent than anything made today.
Couldn't you tell that it was, can't you tell that it was dangerous?
Enchantments are dangerous, only if you foolishly break them. Unfortunately, that's what happened.
I've seen dark before, but not like this. This is cold. This is empty. This is numb. They're like... Okay. Honestly, the next right thing slaps. Is that another Frozen thing, Selkie? Should I catch up on the lore of Frozen?
I recognize that it might be volatile, but I couldn't finish my inspection. That night, I went outside to speak with one of the watch lieutenants, only for a few minutes. The thieves must have recognized the opportunity, and leapt at it. They must have been waiting for us for a while.
He sunk his eyes to the floor and contemplated his memories. The incident had affected him too, even though I could tell he wasn't injured by the blast. Who were they?
The thieves? Rogue Pervaders. Probably, Umbral. They were, mad to steal from the watch. Such foolishness will be,
Ellen shook his head and sighed. He then looked at me and placed his hand on my arm, squeezing it. There was genuine remorse and worry in his eyes.
I never would have risked you being there if I knew this could happen. It was supposed to be a job like any other. I did not expect the marshal to bring that kind of conflict to us. Even if I suspected those items were coveted by some rogues, I never would have foreseen the plot to try and steal them. Those thieves were insanely foolish to do what they did, and we got caught up in their foolishness.
It's the emo song. Okay.
Regardless, we are innocent. The marshal will see reason. He must. Remus, I am very, very sorry you got caught up in this. Although it wasn't his fault, he felt responsible for what happened. I wanted to tell him to stop acting like he was to blame, but we were interrupted before I could say anything. The door opened and Marshall stepped out. He walked over to in front of our cell and stood there. There was that glare again. It still shook me, but my indignation towards him had overcome my fear. I found the strength to stand up. The reason for our imprisonment wasn't clear, but we were trapped in the middle of the scheme we did not consent to. Is your assistant feeling better?
I can speak for myself.
The boil has grown a spine. Good.
Why are we locked up in here? He began pacing around.
Both of you were at the scene. Some sort of magic injured my men and my son.
Oh, is that your son? Is Jizmer your son? Is that what that is? Okay. The thief did it. We had no part in it.
Remus. Let him speak, Alan. Grievance demands an outlet.
Your men saw them. They held me hostage.
Humble scum.
He cursed them under his breath.
Of course those fiends would take hostages. At least we were allowed one small joy.
Please don't call him that, oh my god. Okay. How was it pronounced? I don't even remember anymore. Jimsar? Yeah, okay.
At least we were allowed one small joy. The thief had clung to the dagger. Dagger died in the blast. A merciful fate compared to what we would have shown him. I promise you this: when we find the rest of them, they will be put away to rot in the dark cell and never see the light of the sun again. They will pay, no matter where they hide.
Then why are we locked up?
I did not believe you to be guilty of any crime.
Yet we were locked up.
I'm unable to release you. Not yet.
I stopped in front of the bars, and he stopped in front of me.
You are to be questioned and cleared of suspicion before you can be officially released.
Then question me. Question both of us. We have nothing to hide.
I'm not the one who wants to question you. The prospector of the watch will conduct the interrogation. He shall arrive in a few days.
A few days? So we have to sit here and wait until then? The marshal leaned in slightly and placed his hand on the bars, supporting himself. It was only the slightest gesture of weakness or exhaustion, and it allowed me to see that he was also worried.
Can you show me your wound?
What?
You were hurt in the blast. That's what those bandages are for. I attended to his wounds. He is fine.
I looked up at the marshal, and there was a regret in the way he looked at me. He mentioned that his son was caught in the blast as well. How badly is your son injured? He flared up at that.
You shall not speak of my son. Show me your wound or I'll cut off those bandages myself.
Ooh, okay. I mean, at least take me out to dinner first, like... Whatever is going through his mind, past the harsh exterior there is suffering in his eyes. I was compelled to show him, although I didn't understand the purpose. The bandages were wrapped in one long piece that tucked under at the top. I unraveled the thing, which went around me several times. Then it came loose, and I could push down the rest of it. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at. It was surprising to see that my wound made for such a big and strange scar. I didn't feel all that painful either. It didn't feel all that painful. Say yes to the daddy? Ian.
That's...
They were both looking at it with dire attention. It seemed to have mostly healed, except for the funny-looking scar.
Oh, Remus!
Seeing those reactions unsettled me. Sure, it looks strange, but I don't understand their unease. I looked at Alan, then at Marshall, glancing between them, searching for an answer. What is it? Alan walked up to me and pulled the sleeves up from on his arm, up to his shoulder. He showed me his upper arm, where he had a symbol, something like a brand. It was etched into his flesh like a scar, yet his fur remained as thick as everywhere else, only discolored at the root.
Do you know what this is?
No.
This is a Pervader sigil, Remus.
Then I look at my own.
You didn't see it, when you bandaged him. There was nothing there other than a few bits of metal lodged in the flesh.
Alan rushed up to the bars and appealed to the marshal. His voice was consumed with worry.
You must believe me. He was not a Pervader before.
He tugged at the bars wastefully. The marshal stood there, betraying no emotion. My thoughts moved to ferment. Two ideas kept repeating in a bouncing pattern. I am now a Pervader? I am imprisoned by the Silverin Watch. My mind sunk back again. Is this really happening? My feet moved on their own, stepping backwards and away from something which I could not escape. Too much is happening to me, too fast. I'm just the son of a baker. Why was this happening to me? I heard them argue, but I couldn't process their words. A thousand old thoughts raced through my mind. In my head, I crossed through the memories of my life in a desperate search for balance. I thought of Jonah sleeping in the shack. I thought of my brother, and I huddled in our bedroom back in the farm. I thought of the rocky nights I spent out on a ship that took me to this land. I thought of the coin I had worked for an entire year to make the trip. I thought of the work offers on the notice board. I thought of when Alan asked me about earning coin at the docks instead. I thought of the first time I was with another boy. I thought of father and mother kneading at the dough, and how they would ask me to grab another sack of flour. I thought of the water globe and how it twinkled in the moonlight. I wanted to turn back time. Somewhere along the line, I failed. I made a mistake, which led me here. If I could only try again. I ached for something which was impossible. No, I cannot keep falling into these patterns of desperation. We got there. I am no longer a child. Remus, dreams won't save you. We are each dealt a hand of cards, and we need to make the best of it. That is what Father would say. Snap out of it. I heard the marshal walk out, but my eyes remained glued on the cold stone floor, lost in thought. I had sat down on one of the beds at the far wall. When he was gone, I looked up, and Alan was still standing there, leaning into the bars. Alan? He did not turn. What happens now?
I don't know.
Are they going to let us go? The question hung in the air. He did not answer. You struck a deal with them before.
That doesn't matter anymore. Your sigil has complicated things more than you know.
I looked down at it. There was beauty and strangeness in it. It was a sign of mystery, of the potential to explore magic. Now I could truly follow in Alan's footsteps. At the same time, I knew it could carry disaster by its mere presence in this region. This is how they check if someone was a pervader? Alan turned back and walked up to me. He knelt, and inspected the thing on my body. I thought you had to be born a pervader.
You are, but your sigil appears later in life.
Can I do magic?
That should be the last thing on your mind right now.
What else am I supposed to do, Alan?
Rest. Your body is still weak. You need to regain your strength.
But I felt disturbed and in danger. This place frightened me now. Blue, hello! Just coming in here. After like an hour. But I felt disturbed and in danger. This place frightened me now. I don't want to be in a cage. Prison is death. The walls are closing in on me. It's too small and too hard to breathe. I need to get out of here. Can you break us out?
Remus, you're not thinking straight.
Those thieves, I remember. One of them blasted a hole in the wall. Can't you do the same thing to get us out? He judged me silently, and then glanced down and kicked at the blue petals of on the floor. He pointed at the flower pot beyond our cell.
Do you see those plants?
Who cares about some stupid plant, some stupid flowers?
This, thing is called
Ethel... Ethel-rian? Ethel-rian. Oh.
It saps magic around it. Even if I wanted to break us out, it wouldn't work. Not as long as we're, near a bunch of these things.
Sorry for the late appearance. Sad times are afoot right now. Oh, sorry about... Yeah, oh, Blue. Hope things are fine. Hope things are alright. Or at the very least that, like, we can cheer you up, maybe. Ethelren? Ethelrian? Ethelren? Ethelren. Maybe? I remembered being in the main hall with the intruder's knife on my neck, and the next thing I saw was the large hole in the wall. Athjizren. Okay, that makes more sense. That looks right. At the time, I was so scared of everything that was happening. I didn't stop to think of how terrifying the power must be to be able to instantly blast through a stone wall. Josh's English certainly does help. Glad I could help, Blue. I'll try to be a little entertaining, maybe. I don't know if I should be entertaining or just do the readings better. Or worse? I don't know. And all of the power could be stripped away with a bouquet. Did this thing on my body, did it appear after that because of that dagger? He sat down next to me and turned to my face. He placed his hand on my back and stroked it, trying to calm me down.
You went through, what we call an awakening.
Sorry to hear that, Blue. College is not fun. I don't know if I want to go back or not. To go to, like, a big boy college or something, but, like, I don't know. That seems like a headache at the same time.
When someone is born, they may or may not have the spark of magic within them. If they do, they aren't aware of it until they're awakened when the sigil reveals itself.
E-flower, for short.
This usually happens when one grows up, around the time when you become a man.
Oh.
You're a fairly late one, but it had to happen sooner or later.
Why now?
An awakening comes from when one experiences a significant event in their lives. Falling in love, losing a loved one, a brush with death, anything like that. You understand, all this commotion has caused you to awaken.
Alan was revealing a new world to me. I felt like I should be excited, but this quagmire? Quagmire. Yeah, okay. What does that even mean? Google is my friend sometimes. Quagmire. Okay. A soft, boggy area of land that gives way underfoot. An awkward, complex, or hazardous situation. Okay. Family Guy word. I don't watch no Family Guy. Just count 3. Okay. Is that a new counter? We're gonna have a lot of counters, aren't we? It's a Pokemon, right? Maybe. Did I even read the rest? Quagmire made it hard to think. Okay. I am exhausted. My body is healing, but my mind is being tyrannized with confusion and uncertainty. I need to lie down. Alan stood up and allowed me to rest. There were so many more questions to ask and so many things to consider. But my brain needed time to process all I had gathered. Rest. I need more rest. I think this is probably a decent stopping place for the night. Yeah. At the end of that day, sure. You're thinking of the Pokemon Quagsire. Its name comes from Quagmire. Okay. Nice to know, nice to know. Thank you for the answer, Blue. And sorry that you just showed up and I'm about to like turn off the stream. But I need to go do some stuff and I need to wake up early tomorrow. I'm going to a friend's like birthday thing, so gotta wake up early, and by early I mean I need to wake up before noon. So, and there's still some things that I want to do before I have to go to bed. One of which is to finish eating dinner. So, thank you all for coming, like usual. Love you guys, and I hope to see you around.